Today I'm going to read again from the Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual. Angels. An angel is a celestial agent sent forth into the planes to further its god's agenda for weal or woe. Its sublime beauty and presence can drive awestruck onlookers to their knees. Yet angels are destroyers too, and their appearance portends doom as often as it signals hope. Angels are formed from the astral essence of benevolent gods, and are thus divine beings of great power and foresight. Angels act out the will of their gods with tireless devotion. Even chaotic good deities command lawful good angels. Knowing that the angel's dedication to orders best allows them to fulfill divine commands. An angel follows a single driving purpose as decreed by its deity. However, an angel is incapable of following commands that stray from the path of law and good. An angel slays evil creatures without remorse. As the embodiment of law and good, an angel is almost never mistaken in its judgments. This quality can create a sense of superiority in an angel, a sense that comes to the fore when an angel's task conflicts with the goals of another creature. The angel never acquiesces or gives way. When an angel is sent to aid mortals, it is sent not to serve, but to command. The gods of good therefore send their angels among mortals only in response to the most dire circumstances. An angel's moral compass grants it a sense of infallibility that can sometimes spell its undoing. Angels are usually too wise to fall for a simple deception, but sometimes pride can lead one to commit an evil act. Whether intentional or accidental, such an act is a permanent stain that marks the angel as an outcast. Fallen angels retain their power but lose their connection to the deities from which they were made. Most fallen angels take their banishment personally, rebelling against the powers they served by seeking rulership over a section of the abyss or a place among other fallen in the hierarchy of the 9 hells. Zariel, the ruler of the first layer of the 9 hells, is such a creature. Rather than rebel, some fallen angels resign themselves to an isolated existence on the material plane, living in disguise as simple hermits. If they are redeemed, they can become powerful allies dedicated to justice and compassionate service. Immortal nature. An angel doesn't require food, drink, or sleep. Deva. Devas are angels that act as divine messengers or agents to the material plane, the Shadowfell, and the Feywild, and that can assume a form of appropriate to the realm they are sent to. Legend tells of angels that take mortal form for years, lending aid, hope, and courage to good-hearted folk. A Deva can take any shape, although it prefers to appear to mortals as an innocuous humanoid or animal. When circumstances require that it cast off its disguise, a Deva is a beautiful, humanoid-like creature with silvery skin. Its hair and eyes gleam with an unearthly luster, and large feathery wings unfurl from its shoulder blades. Let us have a look at the Deva's stat block. The Deva is a medium celestial. Its alignment is lawful good. It has an armor class of 17 with natural armor. It has 136 hit points or 16 d8 plus 64. Its walking speed is 30 feet, but when flying its speed is 90 feet. Its strength is 18 with a modifier of 4. Its dexterity is 18 with a modifier of 4. Its constitution is also 18 with a modifier of 4. Its intelligence is 17 with a modifier of 3. Its wisdom and charisma both are 20 with a modifier of 5. It makes wisdom saving throws with a modifier of +9 and a charisma saving throw with a modifier of +9. Its skills are insight with a modifier +7 and perception with a modifier +9. It has damage resistances to radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons. It has condition immunities to charming, exhaustion, and fear. It has dark vision with a range of 120 feet and a passive perception of 19. It speaks all languages and can communicate telepathically with a range of 120 feet. Its challenge rating is 10. Angelic weapons. The Deva's weapon attacks are magical. When the Deva hits with any weapon, the weapon deals an extra 4d8 radiant damage, included in the attack. Innate spellcasting. The Deva spellcasting ability is Charisma, with a spell save of DC 17. The Deva can innately cast the following spells, requiring only verbal components: detect evil and good at will, and once per day commune and raise dead. Magic resistance. The Deva has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Actions. Multi-attack. The Deva makes 2 melee attacks. Mace. Melee weapon attack. +8 to hit with a reach of 5 feet one target. When hit, it deals 7 or 1d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage, plus 18 or 4d8 radiant damage. Healing touch 3 times a day. The Deva touches another creature. The target magically regains 20 or 4d8 plus 2 hit points and is freed from any curse, disease, poison, blindness, or deafness. Change shape. The Deva magically polymorphs into a humanoid or beast that has a challenge rating equal to or less than its own, or back into its true form. It reverts to its true form if it dies. Any equipment it is wearing or carrying is absorbed or borne by the new form. The Deva's choice. In a new form, the Deva retains its game statistics and ability to speak, but its AC, movement modes, strength, dexterity, and special senses are replaced by those of the new form, and it gains any statistics and capabilities except class features, legendary actions, and lair actions that the new form has, but that it lacks. The second angel is the Planetar. Planetars act as the weapon of the gods they serve, presenting a tangible representation of their deity's might. A Planetar can call down, rain to relieve a drought, or can lose an insect plague to devour crops. A Planetar's celestial ears detect every falsehood, and its radiant eyes see through every deception. Planetars are muscular and hairless, and have opalescent green skin and white feathered wings. They tower over most humanoids, brandishing immense swords with grace. Sometimes sent to aid powerful mortals on important tasks for good, Planetars are especially fond of missions that involve battling fiends. Let us look at the Planetar's stat block. It is a large celestial being with an alignment of lawful good. Its armor class is 19 with natural armor. It has 200 or 16 d10 plus 112 hit points. Its walking speed is 40 feet. Its flying speed is 120 feet. Its strength is 24 plus 7. Its dexterity is 20 with a modifier plus 5. Its constitution is 24 with a modifier of 7. Its intelligence is a 19 with a modifier of 4. Its wisdom is a 22 with a modifier of plus 6. Its charisma is a 25 with a modifier plus 7. Its saving throws are Constitution with a modifier plus 12, Wisdom with a modifier plus 11, and Charisma with the modifier plus 12. It has perception with the modifier plus 11. The Planetar is resistant to radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. It is immune to being charmed, frightened, and to exhaustion. It has true sight with a range of 120 feet and a passive perception of 21. It speaks all languages and can communicate telepathically within a range of 120 feet. Its challenge rating is a 16. Angelic weapons. The Planetar's weapon attacks are magical. When the Planetar hits with any weapon, the weapon deals an extra 5d8 radiant damage. Divine awareness. The Planetar knows if it hears a lie. Innate spellcasting. The Planetar's spellcasting ability is Charisma with a spell save of DC 20. The Planetar can innately cast the following spells, requiring no material components: At Will, Detect Evil and Good, and Invisibility on itself only. 3 times a day it can cast Blade Barrier, Dispel Evil and Good, Flame Strike, and Raise Dead. Once a day it can cast Commune, Control Weather, and Insect Plague. Magic resistance. The Planetar has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Actions. Multi-attack. The Planetar makes 2 melee attacks. Great Sword. Melee weapon attack. Plus 12 to hit with a reach of 5 feet. 1 target only. It hits with 21 or 4d6 plus 7 slashing damage, plus 22 or 4 or 5d8 radiant damage. Four times a day it can cast Healing Touch. The Planetar touches another creature. The target magically regains 30 or 6d8 plus 3 hit points and is freed from any curse, disease, poison, blindness, or deafness. The next angel is the Solar. A Solar is godlike in its glory and power. On the battlefield, the Solar sword flies into the fray on its own, and a single arrow from a Solar's bow can strike a target dead on contact. So great is the Solar's celestial might that even demon princes shrink at its resonant commands. It is said that only 24 Solars exist. The few Solars that are known are stewards of specific deities. The others rest in a state of contemplation, waiting for the time when their services are needed to stave off some cosmic threat to the cause of good. The Solar is a large celestial with an alignment of lawful good. Its armor class is 21 with natural armor. It has 243 or 18 d8 plus 144 hit points. Its walking speed is 50 feet. Its flying speed is 150 feet. Its strength is 26 with a modifier plus 8. Its dexterity is a 22 with a modifier plus 6. Its constitution is 26 with a modifier plus 8. Its intelligence is 25 with a modifier plus 7. Its wisdom is 25 with a modifier plus 7. And lastly, its charisma is a 30 with a modifier plus 10. Saving throws. Intelligence with a modifier plus 14. Wisdom also with a modifier plus 14. And charisma with a modifier of plus 17. It has a modifier of plus 14 on perception. The Solar is resistant to radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. It is immune to necrotic and poison damage. It is also immune to being charmed, frightened, poisoned, and to exhaustion. It has true sight with a range of 120 feet and a passive perception of 24. It speaks all languages and can communicate telepathically with a range of 120 feet. Its challenge rating is 21. Angelic weapons. The Solar's weapons attacks are magical. When the Solar hits with any weapon, the weapon deals an extra 6d8 radiant damage. Divine awareness. The Solar knows if it hears a lie. Innate spellcasting. The Solar's spellcasting ability is charisma with a spell save DC of 25. It can innately cast the following spells requiring no material components: at will, detect evil and good, and invisibility on itself only. 3 times a day it can cast Blade Barrier, Dispel Evil and Good, and Resurrection. Once a day it can cast Commune and Control Weather. Magic resistance. The Solar has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. multi-attack. The Solar makes 2 Greatsword attacks. Greatsword melee weapon attack plus 15 to hit with a reach of 5 feet, 1 target only. When hit, it causes 22 or 4d6 plus 8 slashing damage plus 27 or 6d8 radiant damage. Slaying longbow, ranged weapon attack plus 13 to hit with a range of 120, 600 feet, 1 target. On a hit, it deals 15 or 2d8 plus 6 piercing damage plus 27 or 6d8 radiant damage. If the target is a creature that has 100 hit points or fewer, it must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or die. Flying Sword. The Solar releases its greatsword to hover magically in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of it. If the Solar can see the sword, the Solar can mentally command it as a bonus action to fly up to 50 feet and either make 1 attack against the target or return to the Solar's hands. If the hovering sword is targeted by any effect, the Solar is considered to be holding it. The hovering sword falls if the Solar dies. Healing Touch 4 times a day. The Solar touches another creature. The target magically regains 40 or 8d8 plus 4 hit points and is freed from any curse, disease, poison, blindness, or deafness. Legendary actions. The Solar can take 3 legendary actions, choosing from the options below. Only one legendary action option can be used at a time, and only at the end of another creature's turn. The Solar regains spent legendary actions at the start of its turn. Teleport. The Solar magically teleports along with any equipment it is wearing or carrying up to 120 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. Searing Burst costs 2 actions. The Solar emits magical divine energy. Each creature of its choice in a 10-foot radius must make a DC 23 dexterity saving throw, taking 14 or 4d6 fire damage plus 14 or 4d6 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Blinding Gaze costs 3 actions. The Solar targets one creature it can see within 30 feet of it. If the target can see it, the target must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be blinded until magic such as the Lesser Restoration spell removes the blindness. thank you for listening to me reading this chapter on the angels of the Dungeons and Dragons Monster Manual.